Good morning. We welcome you to the first News 6 production of 1984-85. We are the 6th grade class from Corn Valley Elementary School in Granny's Gulch, Ohio. Our teacher is Steve Martin. Our first story is from Phil Long, who has an unbelievable story to tell us all.
Have you ever been stung by a bee? Imagine the fear of being stung by a bee 3 times the size of yourself. On September 21st, Levi Denham, a well-known bee farmer, spotted a swarm of bees comparable to a 747, and that was just 2 bees. Before the actual sighting took place, Levi was deafened by the drone of what he first thought to be an enormous swarm of bees. He was stunned when he discovered the supposed swarm consisted of only 2 bees, thought to be a part of the infamous killer bee gang. According to Mr. Denham, as the bees approached, the sky darkened as if it were midnight rather than noon. He knew he had to think fast. The seasoned beekeeper that he is, he disguised his farmhouse as a giant clover. When the bees spotted the giant clover, they swarmed down for nourishment. Mr. Denham then quickly captured the bees with his denim tarp. As a result of this extremely unusual experience, Levi and his wife have today become multimillionaires due to the honey factory kept in production by the 2 bees. Beware, this could happen to you. Be prepared, as Levi was.
It was discovered this morning on a routine patrol of the Bowling Green Security Police that the WBGU TV studio and tower had disappeared from its present location in Bowling Green. The studio was last seen at 12 midnight by the security police on their routine patrol. Neighbors saw a strange glow in the sky above where the station was located. Dana Smith, a Bowling Green senior, stated that he heard what sounded like 10,000 motorcycles at approximately 12:30 a.m. on his way home from downtown Bowling Green. BG police are investigating the above situation.
This year, the city of Napoleon celebrated its 150th birthday. After months of planning, the sesquicentennial celebration was held from June 10th to 17th. The citizens and merchants put in a great deal of time, money, and effort refurbishing and decorating the downtown area with mementos of Napoleon's history. Many Napoleonites took part by dressing up and promenading through town. A kangaroo court judged and sentenced those who failed to participate. Various social and business groups took part by sponsoring and promoting activities such as pie baking contest, beard growing contest, a flea market, polka dances, and carnival rides. The sesquicentennial week was highlighted by a spectacular pageant held every night at the fairgrounds. Many citizens took part in or viewed the pageant, which depicted the history of Napoleon. Each night, the pageant was concluded with a colorful fireworks display. The week was capped with Napoleon hosting the annual Northwest Ohio Volunteer Firemen's Convention and Parade. This event brought over 40,000 visitors to Napoleon. Napoleon's mayor, Robert Heft, concluded that the sesquicentennial was a huge success, both from a financial and civic pride point of view.
Our 7th grade was happy to have an exciting guest speaker last week in our school. He was Mr. Lloyd Harnish Faber from Pandora, Ohio. Mr. Harnish Faber is a child writer and a supervisor for the Putnam County Schools. Mr. Harnish Faber is also an amateur Indian historian, as he presented to the Ohio history class a wide variety of Indian artifacts. He showed us several glass cases of Indian arrowheads, tomahawks, and Indian work tools. He explained all of his artifacts to the class. We all enjoyed seeing and hearing all about the historic Indians and their artifacts, but we really loved it when he put on an Indian headdress and lit up an Indian peace pipe. We would like to thank Mr. Harnish Faber for coming to our school and for showing us all of his artifacts, and for a job well done, as we now have a better understanding of how the Indians once lived.
Hi, Holly Klaus here with Larry A. Cox, who
Hi, Holly.
was originally from Fremont High School in Ohio, now plays professional football with the Miami Dolphins. Tell me, Larry, how does the season look for the Dolphins?
Well, we've had a few injuries. Most teams have those. We're looking for a replacement running back. and I think we'll be back in the Super Bowl this year.
And I'm sure Don shares that opinion, right?
Yeah, I think so. I would believe so.
Tell me, Larry, when you were a kid at Fremont Ross, did you ever expect to become one of the top linebackers in the NFL?
Oh, Holly, I think most high school kids, they dream of being out there on that TV, on that field, and on TV in the fall. Myself, I had some good situations break for me, and things have worked out real well for me.
Case of being at the right place at the right time, eh?
Yeah, I think so. I think I went to a good school and learned well, and it's helped me out in the NFL.
Last but not least, on a personal level, Larry, you seem to be a fairly intelligent person. Now, why do you think football players are stereotyped as having a basic vocabulary of 3 phrases: kill, football, and hi, mom?
Well, I think you get any people on TV and they want to wave and say hello to mom and carry on. That's just normal human behavior. I think the other part with people you're saying stereotype, I think a lot of college football coaches, they're recruiting athletes. They're not recruiting student athletes, excuse me. And they're not prepared to get along at the college level. And I think that they find those people and they really highlight those people.
Well, by the chime on my watch, it looks like we've run out of time. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
And now back to the local news. Custodial engineer Alfred W. Jekyll thought he was routinely cleaning closet 1B, only to find the grisly remains of the elementary faculty of Zimbabwe Elementary School. It was later discovered that he had stumbled on the Lost Lounge, designated for all competency programs. The coroner's report later revealed 20% of the faculty died due to asphyxiation from duplication fluid fumes. 30% were smothered by forms in duplicate. 10% were misfiled, 20% crushed by weight of curriculum guides, 19% received fatal paper cuts from all required paper shuffling. The one lone survivor was discovered in the pop machine, and he is now accepting visitors at Happy Haven Padded Cell 2C. Unfortunately, he is uncommunicative, except for occasional mutterings of PPO, PPO, PPO. Well, thank you for joining us on our News 6. Goodbye for now until Monday, when we will feature the 6th grade from Mount Ida Elementary School.